White quinoa, red quinoa, black quinoa, tri-colored quinoa, quinoa flakes. Which quinoa is actually best? And do you really need quinoa at all? Welcome to the Decision Dilemma, where we remove food confusion and keep it simple. No gimmicks, no fear-mongering. Simple choices. Let's start with the truth. Quinoa is not a magic food, but quinoa is one of the few plant foods that give you complete protein plus fiber in one package. So yes, it's a smart choice, but it's not automatically healthiest than every other grain. What exactly is quinoa? Quinoa is technically a seed, not a grain, but we cook and eat it like a grain. What makes quinoa special is complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids, good fiber, minerals like magnesium, iron, and potassium, naturally gluten-free. That's why quinoa became famous in the health world. Types of quinoa and what each one does for your body. But before we get into details of today's Decision Dilemma, Decision Dilemma is the free conversation. The full SonaWell midlife reset is where we work through your decisions together. If you want the free midlife decision guide, join our community via the pinned link. And please hit that subscribe button because 9 out of 10 of you aren't subscribed and then we might lose you. So please make sure you subscribe. Okay, let's go with the types of quinoa. First is white quinoa. White quinoa is the most common and the softest one. Tastes mild, it's neutral. Texture is fluffy. Big benefit, easiest to digest and cooks fast. Best for daily meals, quinoa khichdi, and then kids and seniors, it's good for them. If you are new to quinoa, please start with the white version. Now the red quinoa. Red quinoa is slightly earthier and firmer. Tastes nuttier. The texture is a little hard, so it holds the shape better. Big benefit, higher antioxidant pigments plus more satiety because it's chewy. Best for salads, meal prep bowls, cold quinoa recipes. Red quinoa is excellent if you want something filling. Black quinoa. Black quinoa is the most chewy and has the strongest flavor. Tastes earthy with a slight sweetness. Texture is chewy. Big benefit, it is richest in antioxidant pigments called anthocyanins. Best for soups, grain bowls, and mixed rice plus quinoa combinations. This is the best option if you want variety and slower eating. Tri-color quinoa. Tri-color quinoa is mix of white, red, and black. So taste is kind of balanced with all three. Texture, it's mixed and more interesting now. And big benefit is it is best variety of the texture plus nutrition in one bag. Best for families and people who get bored easily. So this is honestly the easiest one bag fits all option. Okay. Now the quinoa flakes. Quinoa flakes are quinoa pressed into flake form like oats. Tastes mild. Texture is porridge-like. Big benefit, it cooks quickly, fast, and makes a quick protein-rich breakfast. So best for porridge or smoothies or even quick breakfast bowls. All quinoa types are healthy. The main difference is texture and antioxidant levels. So choose based on your preference. The most important quinoa tip, okay, please remember this: soaking plus digestion. Okay. Now here's what is important. Soak quinoa for 2 to 6 hours or preferably overnight. Then rinse and cook. Why soaking help? It reduces bitterness, that is saponins. It improves digestion. It reduces bloating for many people. It may reduce anti-nutrients like phytic acid. It improves mineral absorption, iron and zinc. And it cooks faster and becomes fluffier. So SonaWell rule is soaking quinoa is like pre-washing the stress out of it. And if quinoa ever makes you gassy, don't quit quinoa. Just remember to soak it first. Serving size. This is where people overdo it. One serving of cooked quinoa is about half cup cooked. That's the ideal amount if your goal is weight loss or blood sugar control. Most people eat 1.5 cup or more than that, thinking it's healthy. So that's where the calorie load quietly increases. Please make sure you follow the serving size. How to cook quinoa? After rinsing or soaking, cook quinoa like, remember, 1:2 ratio. That is 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. Simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, then fluff it like a rice. Instead of using spoon, use fork to fluff, so that way you don't break the grains. Okay? Now the bonus tip. Cook quinoa in broth or add spices like cumin, turmeric, garlic, or something what you would like to add. Quinoa gives more protein than rice, more fiber than many refined grains, steady energy, better fullness. So it's not low carb, but it's a better quality carb. Credible nutrition research consistently shows that diets higher in whole grains, fiber, and plant proteins are linked with improved metabolic health. Quinoa fits beautifully into that pattern because it combines fiber plus protein plus minerals. So quinoa isn't a miracle food, but it's smart building block. So is quinoa better than rice? Not automatically, but quinoa has advantages. Higher protein, more fiber, better satiety. So quinoa can be a great upgrade if you eat a lot of refined rice daily. So you can switch, or like we said, you can add it in with rice and quinoa together. Now, how to eat quinoa the healthy way? The healthiest quinoa is not the one with the fanciest label. It's the one paired correctly. Best pairing: quinoa plus dal or chickpeas, quinoa plus tofu or paneer, quinoa plus chicken or fish, quinoa plus veggies and olive oil, quinoa plus yogurt, cucumber, raita style, because protein and fiber slow digestion and it will help you stabilize the blood glucose. Best quinoa meal ideas, very practical. Quinoa with lots of veggies and peanuts. I love it. Quinoa khichdi, my favorite. Just cook with any kind of lentil with quinoa and add bunch of spices. Quinoa pulao with mixed veggies. Quinoa salad with chickpeas, lemon plus olive oil. Quinoa bowl with sauteed greens plus paneer or tofu. Quinoa breakfast porridge with cinnamon or nuts and berries. This makes quinoa feel realistic and not a fancy dish. Best time of the day to eat quinoa. Quinoa works beautifully at lunch, post-workout, or as a breakfast. But you can definitely eat at dinner, but keep it a little smaller portion size, and also make sure you add proteins and veggies. Can you eat quinoa daily? And the answer is yes, quinoa can absolutely be eaten daily, especially if you are vegetarian, if you need more protein, and if you want weight loss friendly carbs, and if you want stable energy, but portion still matters. Who benefits most from quinoa? Quinoa is excellent for women over 40 for satiety, for protein support, for vegetarians and vegans, for people trying to lose weight, for people wanting better digestion and fiber, for active people needing recovery, and for people who are trying to reduce refined rice intake. Who should be cautious? Be cautious if you have IBS or sensitive digestion. If that's the case, start small. If you eat quinoa in a very large portion, you should be very cautious about it. You rely on quinoa only, so don't do that. And if quinoa makes you feel heavy, soak it and reduce the portion. Okay, so don't quit, but just follow these simple rules. My SonaWell quinoa rule is Choose any type, white, red, black or tricolor. Soak and rinse every time. Portion is half cup cooked quinoa with lot of veggies and protein. Make sure you add healthy fat for slower digestion. Rotate quinoa with rice and millets. Don't obsess over it. So which quinoa is the best? The one you enjoy, digest well, and can cook consistently. Not a gimmick food, just smart food decision. Decision dilemma solved. So if you are looking for no wheat, no rice, no quinoa, no millet, then which grain can you use? Join me in the next episode of Decision Dilemma. Follow SonaWell for calm, confident food decisions, and make sure you subscribe. Nutrition without noise.